strongest democracies flourish from frequent and lively debate, but they endure when people of every background and belief find a way to set aside smaller differences in service of a greater purpose.
So here's where I live. Come on in. Hi, Mom. Yes, how are you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm pretty excited. Today we're gonna teach some leadership skill to the younger kids at Soccer Without Borders.
Wow, I saw it.
So now I have to pick up my staff and go back to the field. It's been pretty nice to work with kids from different backgrounds, from different countries. We got to learn from them, teach them, and work with them. It's been pretty awesome. All right, let's go. How's boy? Play some soccer today? All right, be good. Leave it.
In a place like Oakland where so many different kinds of people are living together in the same city, in the same place, it's really important that we have people who have an active understanding of what it means to respect diversity, to be tolerant of each other's differences. Whatever it is, they're going to have to get comfortable interacting with people that don't speak their language necessarily, that don't know about their background, that have certain assumptions about them. It's really a critical skill for them to be able to work in a group with whoever they're assigned to work with.
Even the guy doesn't speak the same language as yours, you have to show him some respect.
Well, strength and diversity means to me that we're trying to build a society in which people, no matter what their backgrounds, can not only get along, but they can be successful working together.
There's all of these differences, and you let those differences kind of dictate how you interact. Or you can look at, there's all these similarities, and we're actually on the same team here, both metaphorically and literally.
In fact, what we're trying to do with young people in soccer is to turn them into world citizens in their own communities through the diversity of their teams.
So the Life Skills program targets youth that has obviously made wrong choices and also have difficulties in terms of being removed from their families, because that is the reality, that a lot of the youth that's placed in residential care was removed, many times without their consent. And I think, to be honest, as a South African growing up in our country, having experienced what it is to be separated or treated as if not part of a group, one gets left with negative feelings. But what works for me is that I've looked around and telling myself, there's a lot to be learned from the different race groups. In spite of our differences, there's also similarities.
Soccer in South Africa was also a way for people to express their own humanity, right? Because they lived in a society in which black was inferior and white was superior, and a complete lack of human rights and civil rights for the majority of the population. And yet, when black athletes came onto the field and played soccer together, sometimes across ethnic, religious, and even racial lines, the possibility of an alternative to a segregated society were made real.
What soccer teaches is that no matter what, once you're in a team with that person, you need to respect that person, you need to tolerate that person, and you need to get along with that person. We work in the colored areas, in the predominantly black areas, and also in areas in town where we have white children as well in children's homes.
And these young people would generally not interact with each other. But now, because on a Wednesday afternoon there's a football match happening, they've all been drawn together.
And you bring them together and you confront them directly with their differences, and you talk about it. What is amazing to me is that you don't have to do so much talking. Once they are involved in activities, those barriers, those boundaries go go away and they form one strong group. They don't differ anymore between is that a black or white or a colored person, and that happens very, very quickly, and I think that shows how powerful sport and those activities can be.
It's very important for us, our country, to unite and people see that there's, even though in our differences, that we can achieve so much more.
When I look back, you know, 1995 when we won the Rugby World Cup, it was amazing. And it brought South Africa close together, you know, both races become one.
Anything we can do to bring differing groups together using sport will make a difference in the future. If people learn to play together, they may learn to work together and to live together.
Similar to what's going to happen now when the World Cup starts in June, the country is going to be united. Color issue, for some strange reason, don't know why, but it just gets pushed back and people will dance and celebrate.
Football has really played a massive role in terms of raising awareness, you know, in terms of respecting each other. Since now we've got the World Cup, I think for us is the award, you know, for what we achieved in a short period of time.
Earlier, it's the #1 sport in the world that's loved by white people, black people, mixed race, Asian, you know, whatever you want. It's enjoyed by everybody. So in other words, you know, if you're going to play it, you're going to come into contact with people from different cultures and different races. And if you're going to enjoy it and play together, you've got to be tolerant. And so if you do that from a young age, you build tolerance within yourself towards other people. And I think that's one of the big pluses about football.